Welcome back to Embracing the Journey. And this week I have a really special guest, Grace Boler.
Hey guys.
Representing public students. It's the first time we've had anyone from public students on, so you're starting it off.
All right.
I love it. So could you tell us a little about yourself?
Yes, absolutely. I'm Grace Boler, so that makes me a little bit more famous around here with Tom and Cindy as my parents. But I'm the youngest of 5. I really enjoy baking, so Todd will probably talk about that for a second.
Yes.
So Boler Bakery. That's me.
Please go buy stuff. Support. What's your Instagram handle?
It's Boler_bakery.
Okay, write that down and just go order something right now. You know, it's so good.
Yes, thank you. So I'm a senior in high school, so it's my last year in public students, which is really sad. But I'm excited to see what the future holds.
Definitely. And you were definitely a leader among those students. And so I really appreciate the leadership and the way you set a good example. So it's awesome. So let's talk about Christmas.
Yes.
It's the Christmas season. So growing up the youngest of 5, what is a Christmas memory that you just love?
So I have 2 that I'm going to mention. The first one is growing up, we would go to Indiana and see my grandparents for Christmas. This year, or in the last couple of years, they've come down to Tennessee to come see us. But that won't be happening this year. They came down for Thanksgiving, but they're not coming for Christmas, which will be definitely different to see that. And also in the last couple of years, we've done a sibling exchange. So we all draw a name of another sibling in our house or in our family, and get them a gift that's between $10 and $15.
Okay.
And then we open them typically around Christmas Eve. Is when we'll open those, and then we'll do Christmas as a family.
I love that. Now, rumor has it that you don't like surprises.
I do not like surprises. So I do my best every year for the last 4-ish years, maybe only 3, to figure out who has who and try and figure that out so that I can be like, oh, well, I think this and this and this. And then I keep that to myself usually. And then right before I can kind of figure it out, and then I'll write it down to make sure whether it was or was not correct for that year. But I'm hoping for this year that this is my year to have 100% of it correct, but we'll see. On that.
I love it. So it's like the game within the game.
Yes.
The sibling exchange and then the Grace version.
Exactly.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
So what is just one of your favorite parts of the Christmas story?
So in just one word, obedience. Because obedience is not easy, and we like to think like, oh, just obey this or that, right? And it's not easy. But nobody doubts the obedience in the Bible, like in the Christmas story, where like Zechariah is in the temple and he's praying, and he's like, are you sure that you're gonna give me a son? And he's like, yes. You're like, obedience immediately. Name the kid John.
Yes.
Right? Mary, a virgin, has Jesus. This isn't physically possible, and she's immediately obedient. Joseph, again, could have been like, oh, I don't really want to marry anymore, which is a funny sentence. But I don't, like, he had that option of like opting out, and he still chooses obedience ultimately, and ends up marrying him and becomes the earthly father of Jesus.
Yes.
So in one word, obedience.
Wow. That is so good and so insightful. God's really given you wisdom and insight, and I appreciate you taking some time to share that with us today. And a gift to bake. Again, just go get some stuff. But that's something that we all can learn, especially in a year that it's hard, that it's difficult to trust, that maybe filled with doubt. Like the Christmas story reminds us, obey God. I was actually listening to Andy Stanley interview his dad, Dr. Charles Stanley, and Dr. Charles Stanley's lived by this saying, trust God or obey God and leave all the consequences to him. And that was demonstrated through the Christmas story. And so I really appreciate you bringing that to the forefront as a reminder. So awesome. So remember, as we have more guests from public students, you are always the first. Nobody can take that away.
Yes, it's my opportunity. Yes.
I love it. Well, Merry Christmas, and thanks for joining us today.